When it comes to leadership, speed is your enemy. You're racing ahead, leaving your team behind, and it's ultimately hurting your business. So let's talk about why slowing down is the key to great leadership. Hey there, my name is Isai Rodriguez, and I'm your friend. And this here is where we build your leadership skills and your home business profits, one actionable tip at a time. So hit the subscribe button, ring the notification, and let's get started. So today's episode is all about slowing down to speed up your success. That's kind of a funny phrase there, if you will. Slow down to speed up your success. But the reality is that if you're in direct selling, network marketing, or running a home business of some sort, a lot of times we're told things like, success loves speed, right? I'm sure you probably heard that. Personally, I always wondered, what does that, it just kind of, I'm not going to say that it bothered me. It's just like I didn't really quite grasp that phrase or what it meant, right? Because when I tried going fast and full steam ahead, I always failed. I always ended up tripping, falling, and then rolling down a huge hill that took me so long to get back up and to dust myself off and all this good stuff, right? It just didn't work. But I did it anyway because that's what we're told to do, right? And let's be honest, most of us are in a rush to begin with, right? We want to get things done fast. We want success right now. We want to be that, we want that instant gratification, right? We start something today and we expect results yesterday, right? And I know this is true because this was me, right? And this was, this was most people that I work with, right? This was their train of thought as well, because here's the kicker. Here's the thing is that here's what, this is what they don't tell you, or maybe don't know to tell you, right? Is that if you're moving too fast, you're leaving your team behind. Right. And that's a big no-no in leadership. Right. You want to, if you want to be the best, you want to be the best leader. Right. Then you need to slow down. OK, crazy. I know. Right. But imagine this. Imagine you're at home and, you're trying to get something done. Let's say, you need to clean the house. Kind of, I'm pretty sure you can relate to that, right? You could go about this, cleaning of the house. You can do this one of two ways. First you can get your kids to help, let's say, but we all know how that goes, right? You need to get them on board. First of all, you need to show them what to do. You need to keep an eye on them so that they do it, right? And then you need to bring them back. They have to reel them in when they wander off, right? It's a whole process and it takes time. And by the end of it all, yeah, that the house is clean, okay, right? But maybe not as perfect as you'd like, but it's clean, right? Now imagine doing it alone, going at it, doing it yourself, right? Imagine that scenario. Boom, right? You're done in no time. The place is spotless, fast and easy, right? One, two, three, but click of the button as my superior tells me. But here's the deal with this is that when you do it this way, your kids don't learn a thing, right? They don't grow there and they're no closer to being able to help you out the next time the house is dirty. And you do know that the house will be dirty at some point when you have kids, right? You see, you see where I'm going with this, right? So there's no real progress made, if you will. The next time that you need the house cleaned, you'll have to do it all again by yourself, right? Or if you go, if you did it yourself the first time, the second time around, and you decide to go with the kids, you're still going to have to do it all over again. Well, the same applies to your business. The same thing, the same concept applies with your business. So, yeah, sure, you can hustle and get things done by yourself, right? You can build your business by yourself, right? But what about your team? What you can model for your team. You can show them how to build their business. But if they're not learning, if they're not growing, if they're not keeping up with you, right, then they're not really leading. and you're not really leading, right? You're just if that's the way you're going about it, then you're simply running a one-man show, right? So what's the answer to the one-man show syndrome, right? This is simple. You have to slow down. Period. Ease up on the gas pedal just a little bit. You have to slow it down, maybe tap on the brake, take time to connect with your team, show them the ropes, guide them, Yeah, it's going to take longer. It's not sexy, if you will, right? But it's not glamorous. It's not selfie worthy, right? And it might even drive you nuts at sometimes. But in the end, you'll have a team that's stronger. You'll have a team that's smarter. You'll have a team that's more capable, right? A team that's able to handle themselves in different situations without, your intervention. They can work autonomously. No fancy word, right? Now, and isn't that what real leadership is all about, right? Bringing others, lifting them up to a level where you can essentially let them fly on their own, right? Here's a little secret from the pros is that the best leaders aren't the ones who cross the finish line first, right? The best leaders are the ones that who bring their entire team across with them. Imagine that, right? Imagine running a race and dragging your entire team with you, right? That sounds difficult, right? Imagine if you have a huge team and you're there, dragging your entire team, right? It sounds tough, right? Well, let me tell you, it is. But the payoff when you do it that way is huge, humongous, right? When everyone wins, you win even bigger, right? And in direct selling and network marketing, that's gold. That right there is valuable, right? Your success in these industries, it depends on your team's success, right? If they're struggling, you're not going to hit those big goals, right? So slow down, right? Spend time training your team, getting to know them, be there for help them grow. It might seem like, you're moving slower, but trust me, you're setting yourself up for a massive win down the line. Because imagine if you can spend some time now, cultivate some true leaders, some pillars in your industry or in your business. How many of them would you need to become super successful, right? Think about that. I don't know your compensation plan or anything like that, but if you crunch the numbers, let's say you had however many, 4, 5, 6, 7 solid leaders, right? That's really all you need. You're going to have a bunch of other ones for sure, but I'm talking about solid leaders who have vision like yours, who have drive, who have ambition just like yours, right? So you'll see, do the numbers. When I did it for myself, I was like, whoa, this is interesting. I'm liking these numbers, right? So do that on your own. That's like a little side project, but let's break it down into some simple steps here. What does this look like in action, right? Well, first off, you have to connect with your team. I kind of brought that up. We kind of glanced over it. Again, spend time talking to them, understanding their goals and challenges, right? What are they aiming for? What does success look like from their vantage point, right? Because here's the thing is that not everyone is going to be as ambitious as you are, right? Not everyone is going to have the same picture of success as you do, right? Your picture of success is not the same as mine, and I'm pretty sure mine isn't the same as yours, right? And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. That's normal, right? The goal is for you to find out what that looks like to them, and then to help them get there. Help them to start taking the right steps to get to wherever it is that their vision of success leads them to, right? Which leads me to the next step is to train and guide your team, right? Show them how to do things, right? Don't just tell them, show them, right? And be patient. Again, another flaw of mine is I could be more patient. And which is funny because I've always gotten the compliment of wow, you're such a patient person. They would call me like way back in the day when I first started in IT. I was on a help desk, and with a bunch of real estate agents, and I would do the typical help desk, break fix and connect this and printers and handhelds and all that good stuff. And, there were times when I had to slow down and basically walk an agent through a process. And I would literally, not literally, I would walk them through that whole technical issue or whatever. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, they I would get the compliment of, like, you're so patient, you have, you're a great teacher, all this good stuff. And the reality is that I know that I don't have enough patience, and I need to be mindful of this and make sure that I do slow down, that I do take the time to sometimes maybe explain a little bit better. Well, anyway, let's not veer too far off topic. So yeah, I mean, because listen, everybody picks things up at different paces, right? Some people, like, they only need to see you do something once, and that's it. Like, it's committed to memory. That's not me. I'm the other type. Like others need to see it several times or more before it actually sticks, right? That's me. Like, admittedly, I'm in that latter camp. I need massive amounts of repetition before I get it, and it's before it's committed to long-term memory, right? But it is what it is. We're humans, and everybody learns at different paces. So the next thing is support and encourage your team. Right? Be there when they stumble. Help them back up. Lend a helping hand, right? Cheer them on when they succeed. Bust out the pom-poms and show them how excited you are for them, right? Because honestly, it is exciting. In fact, I remember when I was showing a buddy how to play the drums, right? And I showed him a specific cut, or like a rhythmic transition. I'd model it for him, and then he'd try, right? So I'd go through it. I'd be like, hey, it's, this is what it is. This is the, first is, a couple of hits on the snare, and then we go this way. And I just kind of very slowly broke it down for him. And then he'd try, and then he'd try again, and he'd try again. And I just kept coaching and walking him through it. Right. And then when he started landing the transitions and the pattern changes, like, we both got excited. And actually, as I'm saying this, I remember one time we were practicing a specific transition for over, I think it was like almost just about 2 hours or so, right, before he started landing it, right? He didn't even realize that he landed the transition. He still didn't have the feel for it, right? Because music there's a lot of feeling to it, right? And so, but I was like, that's it. That was it, right? You nailed it. That was awesome, dude. And he was like, what happened? Right? What did I do? And then I explained it to him, and then he got excited. Like, once I slowed down and I explained it to him, I was like, yeah, that was right on point. Didn't you hear that? And then he started getting excited, then he, we did it again, and he nailed it again and nailed it again. And again, and it, like, the point is, be the cheerleader, encourage them, give them the positive feedback that they need to succeed, to continue moving forward without quitting, right? Which leads me to the next thing, is to be consistent. Keep this whole process up, right? And don't rush it. You can't rush the process. Good things take time. Sometimes you need to slow down just a bit, right? Because you can go at a certain speed because you've been doing whatever it is for X amount of time, you can't assume that person that you're showing, that you're teaching, that you're trying to model for, you can't expect them to run at your speed. You need to slow down to their speed, maybe drag them a little bit, maybe get behind them and push a little bit, right? But you need to slow down to their speed so that they can catch up and they can run alongside with you. Again, good things take time, and anything worth doing takes time to get done. Remember, fast is alone, but slow is together. if you think about it that way. And together, you can achieve so much more than you ever even imagine. So next time that you're tempted to rush through things, right? Take a breath. Again, slow down and think about how you can bring your team along with you, right? What's it going to take to move you all forward together and not leave anyone behind? Because that's the name of the game. All right. So there you have it, my friends. That is my tip for today. Let's build a community of strong, connected leaders who know that slowing down is the real key to speeding up your success, right? So keep leading, keep growing, and keep winning. All right. If you found this episode helpful, if you found it inspiring, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. And if you have any questions, any topics you'd like to talk about, feel free to drop them down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to follow the link in the description for access to my free masterclass training where I show you firsthand how to put all of these tips into action for yourself today. Until the next time, I want you to stay legendary, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Take care now. Bye.